Hey guys, it's Caleb from Caleb Reefer's Trains here today, and in today's video we're going to go over the brand new ready-made Trains 36-foot reefers. Super excited to show you guys these cars because they are super detailed for a very affordable price. So without further ado, let's get into it. So overall, these train cars are just super detailed for the money that you actually pay for these. So for each one of these train cars, I paid right at $32 per car. And that is a really good deal comparing to how much an Atlas reefer car costs, which, for example, you're paying almost $90 to $100 per refrigerator car, which is insane when you can think that you can get pretty much 4 of these for the price of 1 of those, which is just crazy to think about because you can build a reefer train so much quicker that way. And that's exactly what I decided to do here. I've always wanted a refrigerator train, but I've never wanted to pay outrageous amounts of money to have multiple Atlas reefer cars. Now, K-Line reefer cars are also nice, which we'll compare those to this here in just a second, but at the same time, the price point for getting them used online and stuff, even new ones online, is just insane compared to buying these brand new for only $32 a car. And so we'll go ahead and get into some of the detail here. I'll go ahead and uncouple this one. As you can see, they actually have some separately applied details like the brake ladder, or excuse me, the brake wheel and the step ladders and the roof hatches on top. Sadly, they do not open, but the coolest part about these cars is, as you can see here, it's a little bit tricky to do with one hand. You can actually open up the doors, which is insane on a car that only costs $32. And then you can actually, whoops, I did it wrong here. You can actually latch them back as well, which is crazy to me. I mean, that's like, that's up there with Lionel and MTH and Atlas level quality with a $32 train car. Ready-made trains has really been revolutionizing the price points of the industry, especially with their box cars that they just released, which I have not had a chance to get my hands on one yet, but I do have one on order and on the way. So hopefully I will get that soon so I can make a review video on it. But overall, I'm super impressed with these cars. Now, the only complaint I do have with ready-made trains is sometimes the wheels are a little bit iffy. I got very lucky on these 4 cars that I have right here. One car that I did not get as lucky on is my tank car right here. I love this tank car, but it has one major issue, that the wheels are super noisy when it's rolling down the train tracks. So that's the one thing that gets on my nerves with the ready-made trains, is sometimes the wheels are a little bit worse for wear. But again, for the price point you're paying for these, I don't think anybody's gonna care. But yeah, overall, I'm super impressed with these. All of these have the exact same separately applied details. The only differences with these cars, other than the paint schemes obviously, is some of them actually have roof lettering, which is super clean. I really like the Belmont Ale right here. I think I said that word right, and this one's just a super unique car in the first place because it's pink, and there's not many pink train cars actually out on the rails. And these are all based on real paint schemes, I'm pretty sure, that existed back in the early days. So super impressed with that. I can't wait to get the other 2 that I've got coming. That's going to make quite a nice reefer train. But without further ado, let's go ahead and compare the details on these to my K-Line reefer here. So I've got them side by side here so that you can see the size difference. And as you can tell, the ready-made trains are definitely a little bit smaller. Although these are scale, I wouldn't say that they are like full scale. They're very close to being full scale. Then again, this could be a 40-foot reefer and this could be a 36-foot reefer, and I just don't know the difference. Sadly, I do not have the box for this car, so I have no idea if this is a 36 or a 40-foot reefer. Pretty sure it's a 36-foot reefer, so these could be a little bit small. Again, like I said, for the price point that you pay for these, it doesn't really bother me much. And lined up next to each other, they honestly don't look that bad. So for the price point, again, you're getting what you pay for with these. But overall, as far as how well they roll, about the same. Now the K-Line does feel a little bit smoother. The K-Line does have similar details to the ready-made trains, where it's got the opening door right here, but on the K-Line version, and I'm pretty sure on the Atlas versions too, I don't own any, the top roof hatches open. Well, I'm not going to be able to get my fingernail under that, but the top roof hatches do open on these ones. The ready-made trains, again, does not have that feature. But overall, they look very similar in detail with the separately applied ladders and the separately applied brake wheels. So overall, I'm pretty impressed, and they should match up pretty well next to each other when building a train. So if you wanted to buy some ready-made train reefers and you know, put them with your Atlas or your K-line reefers, they should match up pretty well overall, and which is a good thing, because then you're not going to have to just buy ready-made Trains reefers, unless you want to be like me, where I prefer to go this route because it's way cheaper. Again, all this comes down to money. I just cannot believe that there are companies making Trains this detailed for this price point. I mean, this is like cheaper than HO scale price point, which is sad now, because HO scale, you know, like a really nice reefer in HO scale, we're looking at 40, 50 bucks a piece now. And this is O scale. Like, this is a lot bigger and gonna have a lot more legible prints than HO scale. And speaking of which, that's something I forgot to cover. It's got so many prints on it that are actually legible. I mean, on the front and back and sides, if I can get it to focus. Yeah, there you go. I mean, just, it's insane how many details are packed into these tiny little things. And I really hope they continue to make train cars like this. I know that they're doing it with their box car, but at the same time, I'm very curious to see if they ever make something like a passenger car. That's definitely something we need in O scale, some cheaper passenger cars. I own a bunch of passenger cars, but I have paid way too much money for them. So it'd be nice to see some cheaper options out there on the market. But yeah, overall, let's go ahead and throw these things on the layout and do a running session with them.
Dispatcher, error is made. Brake test complete. Are we clear to pull? Over.
Hold your position. Out.
Dispatcher, am I cleared to the outbound? Over.
You're cleared outbound. Dispatcher out.
Clear boards all the way. Your engine's running record time.
Overall, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more review videos like this in the future, just let me know down below. But yeah, that's all for now. Thank you everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.